Hi guys and welcome to this new video. Today you will learn how to write or to get started with unit test when you're using C# in .NET or .NET Core. Since .NET 5, as you guys probably know, there's no longer a differentiation between .NET Core and .NET, it's just the same. Yeah, we're gonna use xUnit because that's my unit testing framework of choice. Yeah, but you can use NUnit, you can use MS Test, it doesn't really matter. And one fact is that we are using FluentAssertions. FluentAssertions, you can actually write your assertions in a fluent way, like the name suggests, so you can easily swap between the testing frameworks. All right, just before we can continue with our video, let me just say a big thank you to today's sponsor, which is Skillshare. And as you guys know, without the sponsor, this videos wouldn't be possible. So we'll see you after the short Skillshare section.
Skillshare is an online learning platform.
The first 1,000 people to use this link will get a month free trial of Skillshare.
I personally love the fact that with one subscription, you get so many different high quality videos from all different fields out there. You can learn about coding, filmmaking, marketing, animation, UI UX design and so on. So there is limitless possibilities. One of my favorite things in software development, as you guys probably know, is clean code. And guess what? On Skillshare is a lovely course from Christian Hallman, senior developer at Microsoft from Berlin, about the JavaScript toolkit, write cleaner, faster and better code. I highly respect Christian and can recommend his class without any doubt. You will just learn how to write elegant, clean and better code in the future. If you're completely new in the world of software development and clean code is just a phrase which confuses you, don't worry more. There are plenty of beginner courses on Skillshare as well. So it doesn't matter if you are a beginner, intermediate or expert developer or in your specific field, you can always and will always learn more on Skillshare, I guarantee you that. What have you done? Skillshare and I partnered up so that the first 1,000 users who uses my link in the description to sign up get a free membership trial of Skillshare Premium. And now let's get back into the regular video.
For this purpose, we're gonna create a new project. So we are just waiting here. I'm using Visual Studio 2019. You can also use VS Code. It doesn't really matter. All right, now everything is loaded. We're just going for a class library right there. Hitting next. That's fine. Solution name is our unit test demo, like our project name. I'm not sure if I should call it test. Unit test demo. All right, next. We're going for .NET 5. Keep in mind that .NET 5 has no long-term support. It's .NET Core 3.1 and .NET 6 will have long-term support as well. .NET 5 currently is not under the long-term support. So right now we have our class library here. We're just gonna add a new project which will be holding our test, right? So you can search there right after xUnit test project. It's fine. Just call it unit tests. Why not? .NET 5 as well. Just personal preference. I like to add a solution folder, just so that I can see that the tests are actually there. And I also like. I know it's R in lowercase, but that's my style. Now we need something to test. We do have here a public class. So I'm just gonna here create custom service. And let's say we want to test a function which returns just the addition of two numbers, right? So number 1 and number 2. And this method is returning number 1 plus number 2. So in our test project, we have to add a dependency so that we can use the custom service, right? So just putting in here the demo. And we are adding some more dependencies. Yeah, we already have xUnit installed because we added the project template, and we also want to add FluentAssertions. And now for the unit tests, just want to increase here the font size. Let's just call it unit test 1. Let's just rename it. Custom service test 1 should return, let's just say 5. Right, so var custom service. We are initializing our custom service. And then we have here custom service add to free. You can write your assert right there, but I like to save it in a result variable. Then you can type result, and that is should be 5, right? So what we're doing here is pretty simple. We are executing our method, we are getting a return value, and then we can assert it. And if we right now click right and say run tests, we got a test explorer window right there, and it says unit test is passing. You can dive into this and say, yeah, it's green. Right now, if you're changing this to 4, just to make sure that our tests are executing well and correctly, we should get a failed right there, and it says expected result to be 4, but found 5. Right. So just to make life a little bit easier, we can make a constructor and initialize our custom service right there, and make a private read-only customer service variable, customer service, right? It's custom service. That's my fault. I was just like in the work mood, and we can initialize it right there. And so you don't have to do it every time. I mean, the constructor should be executed before every test anyway, so. But just to make it a little bit cleaner, we added up to 5. So let's just see what's happening there. Perfect. So now we want to create some kind of error, which is not already covered by the compiler itself. So let's just go there and say we want public int divide and number 1 and number 2, and I guess you kind of know what's coming next. It's a division by 0, right? So number 1 divides by number 2, and that is returned. So if we go in our test and we say effect should throw exception, and we are using our result right there, divide 100 by 0. All right, if we are now execute this test, let's just see what happens. Now we get an exception here. It's a divide by 0 exception, and that is the correct result because we divide by 0. So what we can do here is we can save these to an action. So let's call it just divide, and the action can be used with FluentAssertions. So in this case, divide by 0 exception. So we are not executing in this line, we're executing actually what we call should. And then the whole thing is wrapped and it's compared to this part here. So if we're going there and we run this, you can see our tests are green. So run both of the tests. And there we go. So we already have a test. It's probably one of the simplest tests anyways, just to add 2 numbers, return the result and compare it to your expected value. And here we are storing the action or the method in action, and it gets executed in this line, and it should throw an exception, which is green this time, right? If we're doing this not that way, we get an exception when we run the test. So you have to keep that in mind, right? Otherwise it will be useless. So that is the very short first glance of unit testing in C# and .NET. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can mock dependencies, external dependencies, like any HTTP service, any interface probably, and just so you can focus on the unit you want to test, right? So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.